try and the belief that is actually possible. It's a beautiful quote quoted by Joel Graham. So, with this quote, I would like to begin our talk show named Conversation with Consultant with episode 25 of our Guest Talk series. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Aditi Jain, Strategic Clients Advisor of SK Associates and Group, and your host for today's talk show. So, before we begin our talk show, let's take a moment to introduce SK Associates and Group. It is an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to provide consulting services to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operation, marketing, research and development, capital strategy, and operation. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bring their dreams to life and contribute to global economic growth. So, entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. So, we are committed to support student entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the roots, knowledge, and networks they need to succeed. So, now before we begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Raj Kumar, MD and CEO, Amass Skill Ventures Private Limited, to this special event. We are truly honored by your presence today and we are thrilled to share this momentous occasion with us. So I would like to welcome sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So thank you.
So, let,
Yeah. So
so let's start with the first question.
yeah.
So can you share the journey of Amass Skill Ventures Private Limited in its inception in 2012?
See, this journey of last 12 years is quite excited, and in fact, in this journey, we learn a lot of things. The way how we started the company and kind of challenges we faced in the business, and then initiatives taken to overcome all those challenges. So it's a fantastic journey. We started from one city, Gurgaon, Haryana, and in the journey of last 12 years, we currently spread it in almost 15 states in the country, and the employee headcount we started from one end, which is now around 650 people who are working on various projects and various verticals. Currently, we as a skill development company, uh, as a partner with the National Skill Development Corporation under Ministry of Skill Development, working pan India on implementation of various Skill India mission projects. We are the partner company for more than 200 employer organizations for their training and skilling requirements. So some of the big name like the Tata Escorts, Maruti, Hero, and Fortis Hospitals, Max, or something like that. So it's a more than 200 organizations to whom we are supporting in the training and skill development. So it's quite fantastic journey of last 12 years. Yeah.
Great, nice to hear this. So how did your background in BTech and Six Sigma influence your approach to skill development?
See, actually, my background, I'm a mechanical engineer. I started my career from manufacturing sector. I started from one of the Hero Group company, and there I worked for almost 4.5 year. And then I joined the Maruti Group company. There I worked for almost 6 years. So during this journey of 10 years, we learn a lot of things. The individual tasks to the entire project management and the plant managements, in terms of Six Sigma and the kind of knowledge in the system certification, definitely this helps a lot in the business management. So all these business management skills which may comes through the implementation of ISO, it may be the quality management system 9001 or environmental management system, health and safety management system, then the analytical tools which may be the Six Sigma is one of the tools, then lean manufacturing is there. So all these are the techniques which guide us that how to how to visualize the process and how to find out the kind of the variables which may impact on your business performance. So work proactively, identify those variables, block it them, so that you can do a better you can take a better output from your processes. So definitely these tools are quite helping tools, and in fact I recommend to everyone that they should get such kind of training. Yeah, because in fact we if we see like the European countries or European industry and us as an Indian company, this is what is the biggest difference. When these people they work, they undergo all these kind of tool and techniques training, and they understand that how to measure the process, how to measure the effectiveness, how to identify the potential roadblocks, and then eliminate that before entering into the process. So this is extremely important. Yeah.
Exactly, very well said. So, what motivated you to focus on entrepreneurship development through Amass?
See, actually, before starting this journey, when I was there in job, I got an opportunity to visit our collaborator plants in different countries. So specifically in the European countries, or in Germany, UK, France, and all that. The way how their plants are working, how their processes are standardized. So this inspires me that we also should do something in our Indian context, so that we can support our industry. And when we did analysis, then we find out that the people who are entering into the job market, they don't have that kind of skills which is expected by the industry. So to bridge that gap, we have initiated this uh, activity, and then we formed the organization and then started working on the Skill India mission projects.
Great, thank you for sharing. So, can you highlight like some of the key initiatives or programs that Amass Skill Ventures has undertaken under your leadership?
We started from corporate training and consulting, then the skill development training center, and after that we entered in the schooling education, as a vocationalization of school education scheme is already implemented by the government of India. So vocational education is already introduced from the ninth standard onward. So we have a dedicated vertical where we are working with more than 500 schools, where we are imparting the vocational education in the school program. Then apprenticeship act is one of the mandate now in India for all the establishment to engage the apprentices. So we as a company get approved by the government of India for as an hand holding agency for the industry on implementation of apprenticeship act in 2017. And since then we are working with the companies. So as I told you that there are so much of large number of organization OEMs are there, and the tier one big companies to whom we are supporting as an hand-holding agency for their apprenticeship act implementation. Then we are the company who selected by the organization GIZ, this is German government organization, for training of the ITI instructors on pan India basis. Then the faculty development program we undertake for the electric vehicle category specifically. So EV is one of the big segment with us, where we are working with the Tata Motor for Pan India on the electric vehicle service technicians training. So we as an organization are working on the various fronts with the industry. We are a consulting firm also, who support industry for their productivity improvement, quality improvement, system certification, all that. So from the bottom of the pyramid, like the blue collar to the white collar, and the management, and the support to the top management for their business excellence, we working with the industry at all the levels. So if you talk about the kind of initiatives of the verticals, we are in school education, we are in industrial trainings, we are in corporate upskilling training program, and then the skill center based trainings. So in all the fronts we are working.
Great. So, how has the partnership with NSDC, National Skills Development Corporation, shaped your organization's growth and impact?
Yes, as an partner with the NSDC, definitely it's a great uh, opportunity for us also, because when NSDC is a nodal agency in our country who initiates most of the Skill India projects. So, who are responsible for establishing the standards and guidelines for the training ecosystem in the country. And we, as a partner company, definitely there is a great help of NSDC. In fact, there's a lot of guidance from the NSDC, because NSDC have a lot of bandwidth with they work with the different countries as well, and they're bringing the know-how from that there also. So as in a partnership with NSDC is a really great, and we uh, we learn a lot of things from there, and because it's a body who drives the entire skilling ecosystem in the country. So there is a lot of new initiations, new projects, new kind of skilling, new kind of opportunity, market research, then the feedback system, and then ensuring the vertical mobility of the students, trainees who are getting training in various programs, and then how we can upgrade them, how we can give the vertical mobility to them. So all these things are framing is done by the NSDC, and we as a partner are leveraging those opportunities, and implementing these projects in a better way.
Thank you for highlighting it.
Yeah.
So, what are the biggest challenges you face in promoting skill development in India, especially in the context of entrepreneurship?
See, the biggest challenge in our country is uh, basically when we talk about in a different program as a dignity of labor, we can sometimes we tell, or poor interest of the students in the skilling program. In our country, people are more interested, or students, youth are more interested in getting the certificates, or maybe the percentage, high percentage is required for certain things. So the focus is more on getting the percentage or degrees, whereas the acquiring skills is not a priority area as of now in the youth. So and whereas it's a proven fact that the people who get success in the life, they got the success based on their skills only. Recently we won the World Cup. So World Cup we won it become because we have a good skills. Our bowlers have our fielders have so that skills gives you a name and fame and everything. Or but unfortunately the youth of our country, they are not so much inclined towards acquiring the skills. They are more inclined towards getting the degree or certificates or percentage, which is of no use in fact in the real business scenario. When you talk about the entrepreneurship, so entrepreneurship does not require any certificate or any degree. It needs a commitment, it needs it's a kind of a zeal, or it needs a purpose, so that you can prove yourself good in all that circumstances. So the biggest challenge is that the youth of our country is not that much motivated towards acquiring the skills, and we are putting our efforts and we are motivating them, and we have done a lot of best practices we have adopted, and to bring them in the skilling ecosystem, and we got a lot of success through that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this. So, can you share a success story of a budding entrepreneur who certified from your programs?
We have a lot of success stories. If you can visit our websites and the social media handles, you will see that a lot of students who get the training. I can give you one recent example, like one course which we are running, that is a CNC operator. It's an automotive sector course where a 10th pass student can come and they can acquire the skills to how to operate a machine, which is a computer numeric control machine. And after 10th pass, the course duration of this is around 3 months, and after 3 months they get a job around 15 to 20,000. So recently, one employer company from Slovakia, they visited us and they interviewed one of the batch of 30 people, and out 30 people, they have selected three students, and they are the fresher student who just passed the metric, and the salary range of those is around 18 lakh per annum for the 10th pass student. So this is in terms of the job, and in our country also they are getting the job in 18, 20 or 25,000 for a month. But there are a lot of people who started their own enterprise as well, so who acquire the skills, who learn that how to manage the business, how to handle the situation. And then because when we talk about the skilling part, skilling have a entrepreneurship is also one of the focus area which we tell to the student that how to the financial literacy, the marketing, the promotion, the program management, the business management, all those skills are the integral part of the skilling programs. So the students acquire that kind of skills during when they undergo these kind of training program. And lot of students around we have, uh, we can't tell you exact numbers how many, but we have a lot of success stories who started their own enterprises and they are doing well. Yeah, yeah, please.
In your what are the essential skills and qualities an entrepreneur should possess?
I'm not getting you. Hello, hello. Can you repeat?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So, in your opinion, what are the essential skills and qualities an entrepreneur should possess?
See, the essential skill is the first thing is that it required a passion or commitments towards achieving the goal. So there, when we start working, n number of hurdles we will face. Sometime the non-availability of the financial support, sometime the technological support we required, and n number of problems we will face. But we should have a zeal, or we should have a self commitment that we have to achieve this target. So that is the thought process, or the self commitment. That is the first thing which is required in an entrepreneur. After that, definitely the technical skills is required, in which domain you are working. You must have good expertise of that particular domain, the kind of technical requirements in that particular business which is required. And then the analytical skills means the continual improvement. So basically, when we categorize the skills, there are the four pillars. One is the first is the intellectual is means the thought process, the behavioral, the motivation, the team building, leadership. So that kind of attitude is required. Second is the technical means the process specific knowledge. So knowledge or skill, the in which domain you are working, you should be expert and you should have good understanding about that particular domain. Third is the analytical. So analytical means the continuous improvement or continual improvement. uh, Everything is changing every day. So work practices which we have fixed today, that may not be suitable for tomorrow. Work practices which we have fixed last month, that may not be suitable for this month. So every time we there should be a thought that we have to improve the process, the way how we are working, the way how we are executing the task, it must improve. The way how we did the activity yesterday, today may not be that they are relevant totally. So some improvement are required. So that is the third pillar. And the fourth is managerial means the self management and business management. So we must understand that how to manage ourselves, which includes the daily work management, time management. Most of the time, sometimes people don't manage their activities effectively, so their time get wasted in the non-value added activities. So that is also one of the important point. And then the business management, how to do the business management. For that, we must have an understanding of the business management system, and the other management skills. So basically the four areas where we the kind of skills, if we categorize: the intellectual, that means the thought process; the technical means that know-how for that particular process; or the analytical means the continual improvement; and the fourth is managerial. So these are the four things which is required in every entrepreneur, and the over and above all those four things, the mental thought process or kind of a commitment or attitude, that is extremely important, because n number of hurdles you will face, but irrespective of all those things, you should be continuing your on your path, then only you will get the success.
Great. So thank you for sharing this. So how does Amass Skill Ventures support women entrepreneurs and underrepresented communities?
See, we as a skilling company, our first preference is give priority to underprivileged communities, and in our all the programs, we have a policy to have a 20% uh, kind of a reservation, 20% sharing of everything is goes to the women candidates. So whatever the training program, we have a mandate that we will involve minimum 20%. Why 20% in some cases? Because that is the manufacturing oriented, where as of now the industrial practices are not there in the women perspective, but we have taken a commitment, and it's a very pleasure to update you that even not only the women, we have trained the people from the LGBT community as well, and they are working to as of now today in various customer locations, and they are giving very significant results. So women entrepreneurs, even as of now, the ecosystem is supporting to the women entrepreneurs, and all the skilling organization, and even like we have a mandate of having a participation of minimum 20% for the women. Even for the healthcare sector, around 80% the women participation is there. So we are working with around more than 100 hospitals in throughout the country, and the manpower which is there, who are getting the training and then getting employed, they are around 80% the women. So there's a significant contribution of women as of now in terms of the employments, or in terms of employment generation as an enterprise creation also.
Great. So can you tell me like what role do technology and innovation play in your skill development initiatives?
See, as of now, without technology you cannot scale up. So if you have to scale the business, there must be the technology. So in your data handling, in your process handling, standardization of activity will happen through technology only. So technology is a very important part in the business, and it's play a very significant role. Without technology we cannot reach, or we cannot go beyond boundaries. Today we are connected through the technology only. If this will not happen, maybe there is a high chance that we will not be connected. As of now, I think the participant or everybody is sitting in some different cities, but we all are connected through the technology. So this is what is the strength of technology. So in the business, for each and every activity we have to explore the technology, and we have to utilize the technology, so that will brings the more effectiveness, even a lesser cost. So technology is a very important, and whoever the new budding entrepreneurs who are or who are coming into the business, they must see and must explore the technology part, because that is the required. Technology is more important for scaling of the business.
Very well said about that. So how do you measure the effectiveness and impact of your skill development program?
See, effectiveness is simply the outcome. So, effectiveness and efficiency, there are the two parameters of measuring any task. So, if efficiency is the ratio of the output to the input, what was the plan and what you have achieved, that is the efficiency. And effectiveness, that how effectively, how the cost effective it was, by the what is the minimum resource you have utilized, and you have get the work done. So these two parameters are are very important from the measurement of each and every task or the process. So effectiveness, we have to see that because everywhere there is a cost implication, that is the extremely important point, and the rate of quality. So whatever the task you are doing, whatever the business you are doing, what are the activities you are doing, you have to measure that what is the plan and what you have achieved, and what are the kind of resources you have utilized for achieving these outcome. So then you have to do the analysis that what improvements are required, what are the problems are there. So efficiency and effectiveness, these are the two parameters which is extremely important. Sometime, and it should be measurable. So sometime what is happening, the new people, or sometime the we don't measure the output in a measurable parameters. So then it is not something the really effective way of handling the things. So maybe the customer voice we have to convert into the customer voice of the process, and then it should be a measurable. So that conversion is required, and the measurement system is required, and we have to monitor both efficiency and effectiveness.
Exactly. So, what are the future goals or expression plans for Amass Skill Ventures?
See, Amass Skill Venture, we are working as a nodal agency as of now, specifically focusing first sector is the automotive sector, where we are working and supporting automotive sector from the blue collar to the top management. So we are a company who are supporting them for the hiring of the blue collar, their training, their induction training program, then the upskilling of the existing people who are working there at the supervisor or manager level, and then we are a consulting firm. So consulting means the consulting on the lean implementation, on the Six Sigma deployment, quality circle deployment, system certification. So it means their productivity improvement, quality improvement, their standardization, their international recognition. So we are supporting the industry at this level. So from the bottom to the top, we are a hand-holding agency to the industry, and in the coming future, we are looking to establish a kind of an engineering institution having a different way of working how the current education is happening in our country. So we have established an ecosystem where students are getting OJT in the training center itself. So there are a number of training center, but the kind of machineries they have, and that they are not of that kind that the students can do the OJT kind of experience, but we have established the mechanism so that the students can have a OJT experience, and they can acquire those right skills which is required to execute that task effectively. And later on, after down the line, maybe 5 or 7 years, we are planning for a skill university, and which the university which will work very closely with the industry, understand the industry pain area, and develop the content as per the industry expectation. The first focus is the automotive sector, and then we will develop the people as per the industry requirement, so that we can give a better opportunity to the Indian students who as of now, our students who pass out from the engineering institutions, they don't have that kind of skills, and this gives a lot of demoralization to them, demotivation to them, because they are not getting the right salaries or right wages when they go into the job. So our long term purpose or target or objective is to establish a kind of institution where we can provide a better hands-on expertise to the students, so that they can get a better job, not only within India, even outside the India. And we are in a process of establishing a skill university. Yeah.
Very well said about that. So, how do you see the landscape of skill development evolving in India in the next 5 years?
See, in our country, lot of initiatives are taken by the government, not only the central government, the state governments, and a lot of other agencies who are working nationally or internationally. They also have initiated various programs on the skilling initiatives. As like I told that we are working with the German organization, and through that we work on the capacity building of the ITA instructors in the pan India level. Similarly, we are an agency who do the faculty development program for the universities. Even the school universities faculty, they used to come to our training center, and we trained them on the various aspects. So in our country, there are a lot of initiatives are taken, And even through the CSR, a lot of corporate have initiated the skilling activities. Definitely skilling is going to become a good business or even a good things, or there is a lot of potential from for all the stakeholders, for the student, for the institutions, or for the industry. And skilling is not within India. We have a scope of entire global, because the demographic dividend or kind of challenge faced by the other countries, maybe specifically for the European countries or even the Japanese, because aging population is there, and they need a lot of new people, and they don't have that kind of youth. So we have a lot of opportunities that we can acquire those skills, and we can get a better job there also. So we as in a country having a lot of good future in the skilling ecosystem.
Exactly. So, what advice would you give to young professionals aspiring to enter the skill development sector?
See, whoever is entering into the skilling system as a trainee or as a entrepreneur, first we have to decide what is our interest area. So the selection of the trade or job role or the sector, that is extremely important. That is the first thing. So we decide in which area or in which sector, or we want to grow, or we want to establish our enterprise, and then understand the entire ecosystem, that how the ecosystem. Because what is happening, sometimes the new entrepreneurs, when they enter into the business, and who don't have the deeper understanding of the ecosystem, so they lose their resources. So this is also the one of the things that need to be taken care. So first we have to understand the entire ecosystem, that what is the in and what is the out, and then how the entire system is supporting. So that is required to understand by all the people. And then students who are coming into the skilling, they have to understand that what is their future goal, what kind of imagination is there in their mind. So we have around 34 sector. The entire Indian economy is divided into the 34 sectors. So we have 34 sector skill councils. So automotive is a different sector skill council, electronics is a different, telecom, retail, beauty, wellness, apparel, gems and jewelry, capital goods, logistics. So we have a different sector skill councils are there. So we can choose that in which sector we want to enter, then select a course according to that. There are n number of institutions are there. There are centralized data bank of the training center on the NSDC website. So they can go there and see that what is the training center in their near vicinity, and they can approach there and they can acquire the skills. And their focus should be more on the practical skills, hands-on skills, so that they can get a better opportunity when they go in the industry, and they can perform better in the life.
Thank you for sharing your views. So, how important is corporate social responsibility for Amass Skill Ventures and what initiatives have been undertaken in this regard?
See, we as a training company, we are a implementing agency for some of the CSR projects, and we are working. We work with a lot of companies, which the OEMs, like we work with them also. The Hero Motocorp, the Tata Motors, the Escorts, for their CSR implementation, the skilling aspects in the skilling side. Or as of now, lot of companies have already initiated, and some of who are not till now in the skilling initiatives, they are approaching to we have got information from some of company, or there is centralized nodal agency, the NSDA or NSDC is there. So they can approach them, and then definitely they can use their CSR for the better productivity in terms of the scaling ecosystem. And even the apprenticeship act, the government of India have given a liberty to the industries to utilize their CSR fund in terms of the payment of the stipend to the people. So definitely there is a good opportunity in the skilling for the CSR utilization.
Great. So, how do you identify and address the specific skill gaps in different regions of India?
See, as I told you that our prime sector is automotive, where we are working. Recently, we have conducted a skill gap survey. There are a number of skill gap survey reports are there through the ministry or through the sector skill council, whereas we do at our own also. So we are in Gurgaon. We have interviewed around 600 companies. We have collected the data of 600 companies, and we identified that what is their upcoming manpower requirement into the financial year 24-25, and what kind of skill set they are expecting. Then what kind of payment mechanism they have. So we have very close interaction with the industry. We understand their requirement, and according to that we design and we select the trades, and we design our curriculum and contents, and we mobilize the people, train them, and provide such kind of people to the industry. So there is a regular interaction with the industry to understand their requirement, and there is a closed loop system. So it starts from in the industry and it completes at the industry again. So this is how we are working.
Great. So, can you discuss the role of government policies in shaping the skill development ecosystem?
See, government policy definitely play a significant role, because government policy is something the centralized communication mechanism for all the industries in our country, all the stakeholders in the country. So the government policy and ecosystem is really and as of now it is very friendly to the skilling ecosystem, because it's a focus area under the central government to skill the youth. So for that they have established a lot of different kind of institutions, which may be the NCVT or the sector skill council, or the or the NSDC, or different other NSDA. So all these are working in the policy formation, the guidelines, and then developing the ecosystem, even the training partner affiliation, and then motivating the other industries to enter into the skilling ecosystem. As of now the OEMs are also entering into the skilling ecosystem. So government policy definitely plays significant role, and as of now it is quite helping to the this entire ecosystem. And we take example, like when I started this business, we started from very scratch with a capex of around 4 lakh rupees only, and as of now we present in 15 states in the country. More than 650 is the employee head count, and then it all happens due to the government policy only, because the government policy and the ecosystem is so friendly as of now, which is supporting us in a very significant way. And through that we are contributing a lot in this sector.
Very well said. So, what are the common misconceptions people have about skill development and entrepreneurship?
See, there is two things: skill development is different and entrepreneurship is different, right? So the the biggest problem is that half-heartedly working. If you are, if you don't have a confidence, right? You should have blind faith if you want to get something, right? When we go to जब हम कहीं धार्मिक स्थल पे जाते हैं, मंदिर जाते हैं, कहीं पे भी जाते हैं, एक श्रद्धा होती है। उस श्रद्धा से जब हम वो वहाँ पे जाते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली वी गेट अ लॉट ऑफ motivation, or we get a lot of things from there. So similarly in that, in this case also, when you are starting a new thing, when you are starting a job, or when you are entering to get a skill, or when you are starting a business, you should have a strong faith that yes, definitely I will get a success. That is the first thing is required, right? So people sometimes they start and then say okay, let me try. If get success I will carry forward, if not get success, then so it means the 50% we have assumed very straight away if it may chance that it will not get success, right? So that should not happen. When we have initiated, we should have a strong faith on it. Yes, it will happen, surely it will happen. If I have started, and definitely roadblocks will always be there, problems will always be there. Nothing is so simple. So we have to overcome all those challenges. And when we slowly when we overcome all the challenges, our skills get enhanced, our capacity to absorb such kind of shocks, or the handling of the problems, our capacity get increased. So and one day definitely we'll get a success. So the first thing is that we should have a strong commitment and faith in what we have initiated. So So our entrepreneurs sometimes, they don't show that much of faith in themselves only. So this is the big problem, one thing that they must understand. And they have to focus on the actual skill. There is a difference in education and skill. Education is something which you know, but skill which you perform, which you can do it, right? So every time when we when we acquiring or when we get enroll ourselves in a training program, we must understand that how I can perform this task if something will ask for me. So from that perspective we have to learn. So performance is more important. If you are a batsman and you are selected in a national team and you don't make make the runs there, right, then how you will get a chance in another match? So the performance is extremely important. When you get a when you entered into a course, you must acquire the skills that how I can perform, because when you go into the market in the job or somewhere, so industry will ask that how you will do this job, so show it. So that is something extremely important. So as an entrepreneur we must have a faith on our decision, we must have a strong commitment on it to make it success. And we should we should be more practical oriented, not the theoretical oriented. And there are some uh, even the new people have to undergo or have to go through the journey of successful entrepreneurs who already have established the benchmark in the industry. And when they they undergo or they go through their journey, they will see that what kind of challenges they have faced. So definitely then you will get a motivation and you will understand that my challenge is very less as compared to the challenge faced by the earlier people. If we talk about in our country, as of now the entire ecosystem is supporting the skilling initiatives or even the startup ecosystem. But this ecosystem was not there 15 years before or 20 years before. But at that time also people have initiated and they have make big organizations. So in those circumstances, if somebody come with and they have made a big organization, why we can't do today? When we have a lot of technology, when we have a lot of facility, when we have a ecosystem, everything is there as of now today. And India is a growing market and is the fastest growing market in the entire world. So entire world is looking after the India, and they are coming, all the big industries or business, they are coming and they are set up, they are doing their setup in India. So we have a huge opportunity. In fact, the today's generation, it's a golden opportunity for us.
Exactly, very well said about it. So, what are some innovative teaching methods or approaches used in your skill development program?
See, learning by doing is something important. So when we talk about skill development does not require the theoretical sessions. So normally, like what we do in our training centers, is a 4 hour session. So means it's around 40 minutes is the theoretical part, and rest everything is practical. When everybody perform the tasks by their own hands, so that if they do, they will learn, they can acquire the skills. So the practical is something more important, which is which should be the part of every skilling activities. And that should be done by most of the institutions, so that student can acquire that kind of skills. Theoretical part is not that much required. And the kind of content so how to improve the communication for the content, we must need we should have the good quality machines or the latest technology machines or the latest delivery platform, which may be the virtual videos or augmented reality or VR, or these are the new things which are coming in the ecosystem. So that we should bring in this ecosystem, so that we can communicate faster what we are really willing to communicate to the student. So that kind of technology we must use for effective delivery of the content to the students.
Thank you for sharing. So, what are the ethical considerations you prioritize in running a mass skill ventures?
See, ethical most important is the quality. That is something extremely important. Whatever the task we do, if even a simple thing is that if we are writing an email, first we think that is it the right way of writing an email? Can we do more improvement in this? That is a simple activity. So even a writing an email, writing a letter, or to the designing a flyer, or doing the mobilization activity, registration of the candidate, training, their placement, their post placement tracking, whatever the activities we are doing, quality should be the first principle, that it should be of high quality. So that is what we have adopted, and that is the reason we in last in a journey of 12 years, even the covid was also there, and we perform better, we did very well, and we are known for the quality initiatives in the ecosystem. So that is the only one ethical or guiding principle, that the quality in each and every activity. If we do a telephone call, first we do a rehearsal at our own, that how to speak, what the wording we have to utilize or use, or that what is the tone is required, what is the pitch is required. So all these things, very simple minor things, but we must take care all these things to and if you do all these things better, then only you can achieve the desired efficiency or effectiveness of your actions.
Exactly. So, what are the key qualities you look for when you hire leaders or trainers for a mass scale ventures?
So the first thing is their passion in that job. It is not like I need a job for a certain time, so I can okay do this job. No, this is not really not required. So is there any passion in doing the such kind of job? That is the thing, and that we know we came to know that their working habit, where they have worked earlier, what kind of deliverable they have given there. So it does not mean the person is highly technical or highly skilled or highly educated. That is not the parameter. We never check what is the degree or what is the qualification they have. We see that what is the skills and what is the mentality of the person. If these two things are okay as per our requirement, we hire and we give priority to those kind of people. So that is the first
Great.
thing we are looking in the people.
So, what motivates you personally to continue advancing in the field of skill development and entrepreneur?
See, if you are getting the results as per your expected level, our first motto is to equip the youth of our country with the right skills. And as of now, let me tell you, in our training center, our placement manager decides that in which company to be allowed or which company not to be allowed for the campuses selection. So this is what we have achieved as of now today. There are training company who are following to the companies that please recruit the people. In our case, we decide that to whom we allow. So this is what is the level we have achieved as of now today. So, and getting the right job from our training center, if a student pass from a CNC training course, they get a job of minimum 20,000. So for a month, whereas the another normal students who pass out from different training center, or just they get a 12,000 or 13,000 or 14,000. So this difference motivate us, and this is what we want to create, so that we can arrange some good job for the youth, not only in our country, but we can explore the internationally also. And that is what is motivating us for doing betterment, because we are getting the result. So whatever the initiatives we are taking for improving the delivery or improving the training quality, we are getting the results of that, and that gives a lot of input to the society. So if students are getting a very good job, they definitely their living standard get improved, their lifestyle get improved, and that is what is the motivating factor to us.
Great. So the last question for today is, how do you ensure transparency and accountability in your operations?
We have very clear cut defined job roles or hierarchy or KRAs. Everything is very clear, so vertical wise, and there is a strong monitoring mechanism. Like you have mentioned, we are also a ISO 9000 certified company, and even we are the consultant for ISO 9000 certification. So we know that how to designing the process and how to set up the KRAs. So there is a strong review mechanism, and we have a very well defined KRAs, and key and their monitoring system is there. Yeah.
So anything you would like to share? Yet we have not, we haven't covered in the interview yet. So anything you would like to share about it?
See, only one thing is that the current youth is, we are passing through a golden era in our country. As I told you, that entire world is looking towards India. It's a big market, the biggest market in the country. So only the thing is that our self commitment is required. If we take a strong commitment and have a confidence on your actions, you can create a billion-dollar organization in a very shorter period of time. India is growing very fast in the entire world. So we all should come together and we do set up the organization, acquire the skills, and then grow in the life, and take this country on a like the third largest economy with the target which is set up by the or imagined by the prime minister. So that is what is the thing. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your views. So, moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Raj Kumar, MD and CEO, Amass Skill Ventures Private Limited, for being our guest for today at Conversation with Consultants. So, your presence and engagement helped us to make it a success. So, thank you for providing insight into your inspirational journey. Further, we would also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. So, thank you everyone for joining with us today, and I hope everyone has gained some insight through this event. So, thank you everyone for joining, and thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you to all of you, and it's thanks to given me the opportunity to share my views, and so thank you to all. Yeah.